Now, another point is that you should be mindful of your duties to the Amir and other office bearers of the community. The Amirs and the other office bearers exercise such powers on behalf of Khilafat, on behalf of the institution of Khilafat, which is finally responsible for the entire organization of the community. So in this capacity, as workers of the organization, they draw their respective rights and prerogatives from the institution of Khilafat. They are different in different tiers. Sometimes by not understanding or by not knowing the rights of particular office bearers and limitations of their rights, so many problems crop up. People do not know their rights and do not know the rights of those who have been appointed in certain official capacities. So this is a very important thing that the Jamaat of England must make it known to every Ahmadi. What are the limitations of these office bearers, and what are their rights and obligations, and what are the limitations of those on whom they are appointed as Amir, or as presidents, or in whatever capacity they are appointed. If you know clearly your rights and your limitations, then there is very little chance of somebody creating misunderstandings and sowing the seed of discord. Mostly it is in ignorance that these things spread. Darkness and ignorance are one and the same thing. Knowledge is light. So first of all, light should be spread in this area. Everybody should begin to see his path. Then there is very little chance of coming into clash with each other or running into anybody, because with seeing eyes, only very reckless people do that. That happens, of course, even then, but very rarely. People with normal balance of mind do not run into each other while they are seeing things. So the whole Jamaat should be apprised of their rights according to the best traditions of Ahmadiyyat and the rights of their superiors in administration. Superiors in administration, I repeat, because those who have not been involved in administration, they could be much more superior to those who are involved in administration in the eyes of Allah. Because it's a matter of heart and a matter of fear of Allah and a matter of taqwa, where real superiority lies. So only in this context I am saying who are superior to those or placed higher to those in the ladder of administration. Now some rights I must speak upon now and here. Number one, if an Amir has made a mistake and ordered you wrongly, if that order is not in clear violation of the Holy Quran, you should obey him. However wrong he may appear to be to you. As I have made it very clear, if it is not in clear violation of the Holy Quran, you must obey him. If it is a difference of opinion regarding a particular verse of the Holy Quran, and only interpretations differ, even then you should obey him. Because it is not for you to choose the interpretation and using that excuse to disobey your Amir. Hazrat Rasul Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam laid so much stress upon the obedience of Amir that people got surprised. They said, Hazoor Akram, if somebody is like that, even then we should follow him? He said, yes, even then. If somebody is like that, even then we should follow him? He said, yes, even then. At last, Hazur sallallahu alayhi wa sallam retorted by saying that even if a black slave is appointed Amir over you, whose head is like the head of a munakha, how do you, resin, a piece of resin, even then you must obey. Now, these were the two things which irritated the Arab mind, which could irritate the Arab mind. One, to obey an ajami, and coming from an area which was known to be the area of black people. Arabs of those days considered it to be a personal insult to follow such a people. And on top of that, they being slaves. Slaves and blacks, all together, both things together, made it abhorrent to the Arabs to accept them as their leaders. Secondly, to have a big head was a sign of qiyadat, of leadership and wisdom. So the Arabs took pride in having big heads because that was a sign of great wisdom. And it was understood that the smaller the head be, the stupider and fooler the man would be. More fool if he has a small head. So Hazrat Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam brought these two points of abhorrence together and said, if he is a slave belonging to an area where the color is black, and also if his head is so small that there seems to be no brain in him at all, if he is appointed an Amir, you follow him. Then came another aspect of the same situation. That was if somebody is leading you in prayer. Some people are detective-minded. They sniff things and they think that perhaps they have got information on one's personal life much more than the rest of the community does. With the result that they sit like judges over the characters of certain other Ahmadis. They say, we know them, they are bad. Whether they have evidence enough or not, whether they pursue their allegations in the proper manner of producing evidence according to the Islamic dictates or not, they are not concerned. The only position they take is that we know such person is a bad character, so he should not hold any office. Particularly, they take exception to his becoming imam in the salat. So such a question was also raised at the time of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam and decided for all times to come. The question was that if somebody is badkar, somebody is a vicious person, a vile person, and he is bad, thoroughly bad in character, if he is appointed as Imam al-Salat, how abhorring it may appear to some, that such a person to be at antipodes with the righteousness should be made the leader of those who are righteous people and standing in prayer, in congregation prayer before Allah. So they said, if such a person is made Imam al-Salat, what should the followers do? Hazur Akram sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told them that they should follow him. It is Allah who is to accept the prayer. He will be answerable for his deed and you will be answerable for your deed. If you follow such a man, because you follow the organization and discipline, Allah will accept your prayer because it's not the Imam who is going to accept this prayer, it is Allah. What a beautiful teaching. How beautiful and peaceful it is. This is why the name is Islam. It means peace. It spreads peace, it breeds peace, it dictates peace. No disorder is acceptable in Islam. So in this spirit of Hazur Akram sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's teaching, you should follow the Amirs and all other office bearers, regardless or whether you consider them to be inferior in taqwa or in righteousness. That is not for you to brag in this world, it is for Allah to decide after the death.